So this game's a lot of fun, by the way. Because it basically lets you like kind of like upgrade stuff and get new. You kind of like build your tower options as you go, kind of once you get like far enough into the game. And I'm a bit of a sucker for fucking tower defenses, honestly. I always find them to be very fun. In more ways than one. I practically grew up playing tower defenses. Okay, seems to be some type of problem with it. Yep, there seems to be a problem with it. Give me a second. This is one of those ones where I'm going to have to do like display capture with it or something. Yeah, it's going to be one of those ones. There we go. So as you can see, we have a tower here. Got a bunch of fucking villages. These villages give me money if I put towers near them. Pretty straightforward. And it's kind of what I love about this game is that you don't see the whole level right off the bat. You kind of have to like expand it as you go, and it changes up based on like which ones you go for and stuff. I guess you can see we just got one that allows me to that has like a little like splitter in the middle here. Now, these can be kind of complicated at times, but it really just depends on RNG, honestly. You might get a really good like layout, you might get a really bad one, but it's not exactly impossible. Okay, this is kind of rebounding around here. I'm trying to get this one to like wrap closer to this one because it's better when you have them connected in some way. Nope, it's just gonna go fuck all. So. Guess I might as well prepare for the worst with that. Not much that can be done with it, though. So I just hope for, like, the best with it. Perhaps there's hope for it yet. Like, it's doing some wonky stuff here at the moment, but, like, I'm hoping it loops all the way over to, like, here. That way it's less... That way I can synergize both lanes together in some way with some towers. Rather than having to depend on, like, each of them holding their own. At least that's what I'm hoping for. No guarantees on that, though. Kind of don't want to like have this move anywhere else here because this might interfere with this and cause this to get stuck, which might be bad. Burn damage. That's actually, that might be very useful. Fuck. Well, I'm gonna have a complicated fucking game. At least a bit more complicated than I wanted to be. I was really hoping it would not go in that corner, but I can't really do anything about it, so it's just gonna... I'm stuck with it, essentially. And if that's the case, I might as well build around the logic of it. Seeing how it's not gonna cooperate. Bit of bad RNG with this one, I would say. Yeah, some very bad RNG. Just gotta hope that RNG doesn't stick, and actually like changes up a bit better. This is not going to be a fun round. Like in general, it's just not like. Depending on what happens here, like what gets like if I don't get any splits here, it's gonna be half and half essentially. I want to like dilute this side as much as possible by having more split points here that cause more of them to spawn on this side at this point. Because if I can get through that, that should help me like at least put up with the bullcrap that's coming my way pretty much with this. Okay, I got the energy tower, the particle cannon, whatever it's called, set up so that way it should at least help me with the boss. I do need to prepare a little better though, and hope for a split at some point. Yeah, I might lose here because of this one problem here. Actually, no, maybe not. Particle Cannon actually managed to get some good hits on it. Point we need a poison sprayer here to at least do something. And by something, I mean weaken the fucking shield users. Yeah, this side's gonna be kind of rough. Just generally more health damage is gonna be needed. At least that particle cannon is doing its job and getting rid of all the like heavy hitter guys before anything really bad shows up. And I think my shield damage problems are gone now at this point. Essentially, the problem now is I need to, like, basically get a split. Okay, that's good. So now this is going to be, like, since there's now 4 ways they can spawn, that means a quarter of it's going here, and 3/4 of it's going for here. I mean, it's now basically diverting, pretty much. All the power is just being diverted to this side now. So I don't have to worry about this side being as bad. Because it's just going to be like a handful of enemies every now and then. Now, is this good or not? Maybe. Don't know. Gonna have to like literally figure it out. But I will say, having the longer path be the area where like the most enemies spawn is usually better, because then I can put more time into basically like an effort into like basically just overpowering this one side rather than like the other. Because I'd much rather have this have as few enemies as possible, or at least be like kind of self-sustained, like an isolated area pretty much. The burn damage is doing work. Okay, I didn't want to place that there, but it's not going to do anything, so I'll leave it there. I'm getting like roughly 11 gold from each of these. And like slowly put all these down. This is where my money's going to be at for a while. Just from like literally placing a lot of haunted houses everywhere. And trying to slowly fill up all these like defended villages. Yeah, that's elevated, isn't it? Yep. Actually, if I get this closer over to here, I can actually like use it to my advantage. Okay, I think all the houses are covered except for maybe this one here. But I think we're fine now. Yeah, at this point it's just basically get my armor damage ramped up. And just make it as difficult as possible for them to overpower my defenses. I think mana regen might be a vital thing later. This would be another particle cannon specifically designed for shields. Okay, that one's not doing anything. A lot of awkwardly placed gravestones. One's just like loaded with them. You know, getting burn on all those mortars actually would do me a lot of good. If only I can get some fucking decently placed fucking tombstones here. So I can get the most money out of this as I can. Oh, that's a problem. That's a big fucking problem. They almost got like 3 people through, which would have almost killed me. Just gotta ramp up the armor damage then, if that's the case. And probably just ramp up the amount of saw blades, honestly. Saw blades are fucking disgusting in this game. I need that one upgrade that allows me to like increase the blast radius of my mortars. That would probably do me a lot of good, honestly. Oh, there. Speaking of which, there it is. Plus 50% blast radius. Now, what I'm worried about is what I'm going to be dealing with here, because I don't have any range boosters for fucking mortars. Which means I'm at the mercy of whatever the hell I get thrown at me. If that's going to be the case, I'm basically just going to have to, like, super boost my stats on these guys. Upper blast radius upgrade, so now I'm going to be able to hit a lot more enemies now. That's going to make them a lot less likely to miss too, which is kind of nice. That might be a problem. Yep, that definitely got me. His minions that he spawned got me. Well, there's always try number 2. As there are with these things. I want to make sure I have all the upgrades for the towers I do use. You know what? Let's get Vampire Lair. What I'll do is I'll get all the tech that allows me to make them stronger. Just fully upgrade that entire patch so that way I have it available. Basically, that was one of those cases where the layout kind of was working against me a little bit. It wasn't unbeatable. It's just I didn't have enough output to keep his minions in check early, like near the end of it at least. Like it would take too long to deal with them pretty much, and that was more or less the tower limitations that I had at the time. No banditry, huh? Okay, so they're splitting off. Not necessarily in a bad way, but they're still splitting off, which isn't good. Let's take a look at where this one's going. Okay, so they're both going outward. It's not necessarily bad. It's not as bad as the previous one. Like, there's a chance for turnaround here. But I'm going to need to let one of them grow first to figure it out. Like, how far they're going to go with it, pretty much. Also, I can always just get encampment, honestly. Okay, if these are just going to be fucking straight lines, I'm just going to get fucking angry. Because that's going to lead to some extreme problems. Or, of course, this run. Like, I might consider this run dead on arrival, honestly, if it's bad enough. Okay, that's a good sign. I appreciate when the game throws me a bone like that. Gonna take some damage because I still don't have anti-armor set up yet. I'm still trying to figure out how this is gonna go. I should get anti-armor soon, though. Just get one, maybe. Okay, so that one's also going that way, which is good. That's kind of bad. It's gonna be kind of a problem here. Like, soon enough, there's gonna be, like, a huge problem if this is what my splits are gonna look like. You know what? I'm just gonna give myself one mulligan here. I already seen how this one's fucking going. I definitely can't beat that. Just give it one do-over. At least one. I do have some ideas for stuff to do later down the line for anyone who's interested. Basically, I was probably gonna like get back into maybe playing some Barotrauma at some point. I was gonna see if my buddies are interested in doing it too, because honestly, I had a lot of fun doing the Barotrauma streams. Honestly, like a lot of fun. It's just that like we were all just so inexperienced with the fucking game. Well, like not inexperienced as in like we weren't just prepared to like deal with hammerheads yet, given how the game works. Okay, this is not too bad. What I was saying earlier was pretty much it would be fun to get back to it, even if I just do if I can't do it with buddies, I'll at least try to do like a single player run of it. But I really don't like the AI in that game sometimes. Nothing against the game itself, it's just the AI can do questionable things sometimes in fucking Barotrauma. Like, they might just steal suits or something. I remember that being like a huge problem like a while back. It's not that prevalent anymore though. But it's still like, can't shake off the idea of that happening again, because it literally would do it all the time when I used to play it a long time ago. Just kind of like burnt into my memory at this point. Okay, this layout isn't as bad as the previous ones. Like, this one's actually pretty alright. You kind of want your tower to be surrounded with tiles, pretty much, because it allows you to at least get some, like, a lot of, like, coverage for your towers that you use. Especially if you're using mid to long range. Having it with mid to long range towers is fantastic. Okay, so there's our first split. That's not a bad spot for a split, honestly. It's definitely much better than that previous one. That one might be a problem. Like, maybe. A problem. I can't tell just yet, but that one could be a potential problem. Oh no. Oh good, it didn't take as much damage as I was expecting from that. Still not a good position to be at. This would need later mortars, like stuff like right here, basically, where it like kind of like covers more of this like split area here. Also, more bleed damage would also be helpful. It's a terrible spot. Like here is probably better. Actually, no. Even that's terrible. What I'll have to do is I'll have to rearrange this a bit. I know I wasted a bit of money there, but it should be worthwhile. I guess quality over quantity can be very powerful. Especially in the right hands. Ooh, a lot of villages. A lot of very good villages. I think Golden Forest also might be worthwhile getting if I can find it again, like in my level ups. Well, that's a perfect spot. Ooh, yeah, I definitely need Golden Forest now. Might lose here, probably. Kind of depends on the towers at this point. Nope. Towers did a good job. They managed to actually kill the ogre before he fucking got there. Some good perks, too, from that, too. So that's gonna help me out a bit. And another split means that a little bit less is coming this way. Hmm. Ooh, that was also really close. Yeah, I gotta make money off the gravestones now. Given how much bleed damage they're getting on them, I think I need to ramp up the bleed damage dealt. And plus 5 mortar range is going to do wonders here. You guys have a lot of health. Oh no, my split got fought. It had another fucking split. Great, now I'm gonna have to like literally focus more on damage than ever. I should have just not touched it at all. Made my situation a lot more rough with that. Okay, +2 to health. I need something to get rid of some of the more obnoxious bits I'm dealing with here. I'm not talking much, it's mainly because I'm trying to like think of like what to do next about this to still make it easier on myself. Because this situation's getting a little rough in some spots. And I'm trying not to like lose too much health either, because I don't recover it very fast either. So like if I gotta constantly like basically plan around my next move essentially. And try to like prolong the inevitable. Gotta hope for like another split on the other side. That's what it is. Okay, these guys might actually end up killing me. I have no answer for those. Okay, I need an ability. I need a tower like the fucking obelisk or something to literally deal with them. But +1 damage to armor from shredders might help a little bit. Only a little bit. But I'm basically gonna have to shredder spam this if I'm gonna actually like stay alive. Which I honestly don't want to do because it's not really that good to do. But I also have to hope for like a split somewhere. Yep, that might be game. Okay, one more. One more. I'm gonna do fucking one more of this and then I'm done for today. I'm hoping I can fucking, like, get this one more fucking thing to actually, like, land it properly. And by the way, it always looks like this at the beginning of the game. Just how it is. Okay, not a good look at first. And we get an obelisk because obelisk is going to be necessary later. Just gotta hope for a turnaround. Fuck it. That's the worst layout I've ever seen. Literally the worst layout I've ever seen. The last thing you want to see is your fucking path to go to both paths go in the opposite direction. And those cards I've been getting were not good either. A lot of complications with that layout. Let's try the Vampire Tower out, actually. I haven't tried it yet. I heard it's pretty good, though. Kick out my mortars. Okay, this is turning out very nice. The tree situation isn't very good, though. But I can't really ask for much on that part. Yeah, I think I got my towers for this run, honestly. Okay, so 3 trees. Well, a golden forest is kind of in a bit of an average situation for choosing it. I need to wait on that. Okay, I figured out what my battle zone's going to be. That's going to be a bit interesting to try to work with. I might try the vampire lair over there. Six RPM. Okay, I get what it is now. It's like kind of like a mass AoE attack. It's not too bad. It has +3 range, that means it's hitting everything in that area with that. So it's... I just can't rely on it for consistent damage, though. That's the only downside of it. And now it has like a massive radius. I guess having them in nice wide areas is probably the best method here. They'll constantly just drain life from random targets. The problem is the mana generating method I'm gonna have to use for it. So I'm probably gonna have to like build a lot of like mana banks if I'm gonna actually be able to maintain them and an obelisk at the same time. I think my main concern now is I don't know which way the ogre guy's gonna spawn. He's gonna spawn down here or like up there. Okay, so this is where he's spawning. So I got 1, 2, like 3 or 4 trees. That's not really worth using Golden Forest for. So I'm gonna have to rely on some other things then. A lot of good perks though. But I hope it will hold up. Oh no, I got witches. That's a lot of unnecessary damage. Oh fuck. That actually might actually... Actually, never mind, it won't. It won't. It won't fuck up my entire run. I'm like stuttering a bit while I'm trying to like fucking like out of panic, just trying to like deal with these fucking things sometimes. It's not like panic, it's more like basically I'm like, oh shit, I need to deal with this now, otherwise I'm gonna have a fucking problem later in the game. In this case, this area is just fucking me over. I need like an actual solution that won't ruin me. I'm gonna keep racking up the saw blades, I guess. That's like the only thing I could think of that might help. There's a lot of runners popping up too. Yeah, the saw blades are working at least. Is he even gonna help me at all? Not really. I don't see any of these really helping me, so I'm just gonna have to get more range so that I just can kind of like cover a larger radius. Just gotta hope for the best, effectively. And I lost. Well, I'll probably play more of this later. But I think I've had my fun with it for now. I only wanted to play like an hour or so of this. Also getting a little like fucking midnight now or something. I'll probably be back sometime later to do some more streams, but again, I'm a busy person. I do a lot of different things. So it's gonna be a while before I go back to this, at least for like another week or so. Probably take me like a week or so to basically get back into the motions of streaming again. But yeah, I'll usually like post it at like a few days in advance on like the title card on Twitch to tell you like, hey, this is gonna be happening this at this time or something, so that way you guys have a little bit of a heads up and you can kind of like get like view it on time if you want. No guarantees I'll get a super like early, but I'll at least try to make it like a couple hours, if not a day or two ahead of time, so that way you guys can like know when stuff's coming up. But, no promises on that. Just gonna try my best to make that like system kind of work a little bit, so that way you guys cannot miss anything problematic. Yeah, I had to use full display on that, so because the display capture and the game capture refused to view Rogue Tower as anything other than a non-existent program. But besides that, I'll pretty much be on sometime later. I'll let you guys. I'll usually post something to let you guys know ahead of time, at least by like a day or two, and that's it. See ya.